I'm removing the rocker cover to access the top part of the engine. This we need to do to inspect the rockers and the push rods. This one is fairly clean. It's had regular oil changes. Now you'll probably think when you look at this one, wow, that's immaculate. Well, it is, because I drained all the oil out and cleaned it for the purpose of this video. So the first thing we really need to do is check the top end, and then we're going to have to take the timing case front cover off to reveal the belt, or the lack of it now. I'll show you this later in a section. If you don't know how to do this, there is a specific section on removing the front cover. Clicking on the center picture will take you to the video regarding removing of the front cover. Back to the rockers, and we happen to have found a snapped one. So look at that. We're going to have to lift the rocker shaft completely off. The rocker shaft is retained by 5 bolts. You've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Once these are slackened off, you can lift the unit completely out of the way. Best results is to actually use a deep 13mm socket. What we're looking at when we're lifting these out, okay, on the ends, front and back, we're looking at 2 half moons, which are rubber inserts. These retain oil, so if you take them out, remember to put them back in. Right, I'm keeping this unit in one complete piece, and I'm leaving the bolts in on the rocker shaft as I lift it out. This retains it all. Remember, these are held in with springs. So taking the push rods out next, and I'll count these down, and you can see these are bent up. It's had a fair whack. The crank has been moving quite quickly. Okay, so we're taking all these out, and I'll get to this one, and it's got carbon on it. So we have a blown head gasket. The exhaust gases have been blowing past this point, so the head is actually going to have to come off. I'm not going to show you in this video, however, this is something that is mindful when you're looking at components, is to check them for other faults as well. Okay, so now I've got the last one out. You can see how bent they are. Okay, the last thing to do at the top here, okay, is to look for swarf. We're looking for large pieces of metal like this. Okay, it's important to stock check everything to make sure all the components are there, that there's no bits floating about. Now I would recommend an oil change once you put the timing belt on. There's also something you should be aware of, the stem caps on the valves, okay, which are these. There are 8 of them, 1 on each valve, and they are quite small. They can be lost. You see 8 here. Remove them, keep them in order, and put them back when you reassemble. So you can see the damaged components there. I went and bought myself a rocker shaft on eBay with a set of push rods. Now the 200 and 300 TDI push rods only are the same part. Okay, so after reassembling this, I'm happy that I can put that back on the vehicle. Now what I'm going to show you here is the old shaft, springs and washers that are fitted. Rocker shafts you could possibly use again and reassemble something if you need to. You can buy the parts separately. Alright, 200 and 300 TDI parts are different, as I said, except for the push rods.